A little bit of packing session to get the track worked in on the high side, give those drivers a little bit more of a groove. That gives us time for Gene Ackland to get unstrapped and out of the car. And there he is, he's out of the car. Heat race number 3 winner, Gene Ackland, is down with PJ Pedersen.
Yeah, Gene Ackland, Heat 3 winner, and first off, great run. You know this track better than a lot of people. Any thoughts on what you're going to do for the feature?
We'll just have to wait and see on the feature, see where we start. Hopefully it's a good track that fits my driving style, so we'll see about that.
All right, well, Heat 3 winner, Gene Ackland. He'll be in the feature a little later tonight.
Thank you very much, PJ. I want to say a big thank you to our good friends at United Rentals for coming on board this year as our official campground sponsor. United Rental literally has everything you can think of to rent, including, but not limited to, scissor lifts, boom lifts, trailers, UTVs, welding supplies, generators, transformers, lighting equipment. They've got it all. Make sure to check them out at unitedrentals.com.
Race fans, if you're just headed into the track or just looking to cool off, swing down to the courtyard area and check out all that we have to offer. Kona Ice in the building here tonight. The Highside Sweets and Subs trailer is also open, serving up ice cream as well as our delicious meatball subs and French dip sandwiches. Need a new fence? Contact Empire Netting and Fence. Empire Netting and Fence is Eagle Raceway's official fencing partner, and you can get a free online quote at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com. Push trucks beginning to assemble, getting ready to fire off heat race number 4 of 14 at the 13th annual IMCA RaceSaver Sprint Car Nationals.
50-50 raffle going on right now. Our Four Corners Fire and Safety team is the benefactor to that. The drawing will be tomorrow night for the Sunday portion of the RaceSaver Nationals, hoping to raise about $15,000. One person could take home $7,500. The other money goes towards training, new equipment, and their scholarship that they have created to help out one lucky youngster in the area. Get yourself a 50-50 ticket from the Four Corners Fire and Safety team now, and buy many of them.
Pepsi-Cola of Lincoln is a proud partner at Eagle Raceway. Stop by the concession stands for an ice-cold Pepsi or Aquafina to quench your thirst.
Heat race number 4 getting pushed off. And we will wait and see if they're going to do a buzz lap or if we're going to go green right away. Got to work on pushing this track up just a little bit, James. Still a little bit locked down in 1 and 2. A little wider in 3 and 4.
Which is, you know, kind of almost backwards to what we're used to weekly. As we start later on in the night, normally turns 3 and 4 are in the cover of shade, and turns 1 and 2 are out blaring in the hot, hot sun. Everything kind of has equal sun coverage. But from a grandstand point of view, this is an absolute perfect day for racing.
Yes, it is. Beautiful crowd joining us tonight.
You know, I'm not going to lie. When I first walked in, I was a little bit concerned. But the Eagle Raceway fans, once again, proven they are the best in the business. Given all of the scheduling that we had to kind of change up, thanks to Mother Nature dealing us a hard hand, you guys truly are the best. You show up in full force each and every night.
Connor Thomas and the Duke, Tyler Drucke, going to bring us to green. Nice and steady. Out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Oh, watch out, Tyler. Thomas kind of drifted up the racetrack. Might have got into Tyler a little bit, but he evades any major contact. Thomas is going to lead lap number 1 with Drucke in second. Oh, touch, Carney. And Werger get together at the line.
They'll get those things sorted out as Werger working on the 3rd spot. John Carney looks to the outside of him. We were just talking about the racetrack, and you see it getting wider as we go, as Carney has a competitor down to the inside. That's the 76 machine of Jay Russell. Meanwhile, out front is all the 15 machine Connor Thomas leading them down.
Connor Thomas enjoying that clean air and clean racetrack, able to pick any line he wants to. He's ripping the cushion right now. Through 3 and 4, and now through 1 and 2. They're both going high. Drucke trying to move around the racetrack and find anything he can, but James doesn't look like he's closing in on the 16 of Thomas.
Without looking at lap times, it doesn't look like he's gaining a whole lot of ground, but you never can tell with Tyler Drucke. We've seen him come on strong real late in runs. He'll find that groove and try to reel in the 16 machine. Now, Connor Thomas looks to be out there riding right around the rim, really trying to help this place get wide as we are early in heat race competition.
Yeah, Drucke about a 1/10 to 2/10 off per lap the last couple of laps. Thomas slowing down just a tick, and now Drucke, James, as you were saying, about a 10th faster. Here he comes. Time is running out, though, for Tyler Drucke in that 12 machine to pick up this heat race win and qualify for the A. 2 laps left to go.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough road to hoe for that 12T machine if he wants to try and lock it into tonight's portion of the A feature to get it on Sunday night's action, as we've got 1/3 of a mile to go for the 16 machine of Connor Thomas.
And he is racking him down, or reeling him in now. 2/10 off the lap time. Too little, too late. It's going to be Connor Thomas, the 16, picking up the win. Tyler Drucke in second. Braxton Wager in third. And John Carney, the fourth, in fourth. Sorry, John Carney, the second, in fourth. So coming in out of Post, Texas, in a Maxim chassis and a Myers Racing engine, sponsored by Kingdom Tire Pros, D&D Oil Company, Wexton Hot Oil Services, Coyote Candle Company, Lubbock Wrecker Service, Jake Bubach Racing, and Comanche Crossing. It is the 16 of Connor Thomas crossing the scales and headed to Stumpy Custom Creations victory lane. Moving on to heat race number 5, rolling out onto the racetrack. Inside row number 1 from Olivia, Minnesota, it's the 24 of Trevor Service. To his outside, out of Omaha, a 3-time feature winner this year, the 1B of Brandon Horton.
And starting on the inside of row 2 from Panama, Nebraska in the 35, it's TG Trevor Grossenbacher. And to his outside out of Everett, Pennsylvania in the 4W, that is Casey Weaver.
Row number 3 to the inside from Mayock, North Dakota. It's the 44V, that's Darren Bolak. To his outside from Pilot Point, Texas, the 86 of Jordan Roop.
And making up your 4th and final row to the inside from Stewart, Minnesota in the 33S, that's Jeremy Schultz. And to his outside from South Bend, Nebraska in the 25X, that is Top Gun Gunnar Pike. Let's send it down to the infield with PJ Pedersen.
Sorry, boys, had to wait for the mic to turn on. Connor Thomas, heat number 4 winner. And we saw the track out there. It's coming in pretty good. Any thoughts on what you're going to do for the feature?
Yeah, you know, it's a little bit sunny outside, so it'll be a little bit drier than normal, but I think we'll be good.
All right, Connor Thomas, to another Texan, making tonight's A-main.
Responding to Z. Okay.
Heat race number 5 rolling out onto this, getting ready for action. A couple of local competitors, Brandon Horton, Trevor Grossenbacher, and Gunnar Pike in this race. Brandon Horton has been really impressive this year. Like I mentioned, 3 feature wins. And talked to him after one of them and said, what's been the secret this year? And he says, well, we've got a second car at the shop. So I kind of been driving this one like I didn't care.
You know, I've heard that from several drivers. You have a lot more peace of mind when you know you have some spare equipment sitting at the house. So when, you know, when it's just one, it could be done. And I don't, maybe.
Didn't look like a great start, but it cleaned itself up. Looks like Trevor Service is going to lead lap number 1. Excuse me, I called that one a little bit early. Big slide job by Trevor Grossenbacher.
Grossenbacher and Horton both trying to hunt the front. Trevor Grossenbacher throwing caution to the wind. Contact off the exit of turn 2. That's going to relegate the 1B back to the 3rd spot. Now he tries to charge the bottom. Good run for Brandon Horton, but not quite enough to reel in the 35. Gunnar Pike wasted no time trying to get to the front. He's working that middle groove, now looks to the back bumper of the 4W of Casey Weaver as we head back to 3. Pike down to the low side. Weaver 1 lane above. Not going to be quite enough, but he's right there.
Gunnar Pike coming from the 8th starting position up to 5th, looking for more. He's got something in that 25 machine that he is able to work with. 6 laps left to go. Trevor Service pulling away from Trevor Grossenbacher and Brandon Horton.
Horton still not shaken by over, I'd say that one. Grossenbacher gained a little bit of ground on him. On the exit of the corner, it was about 4 car lengths. It was about a half a straightaway by the entrance to turn 3.
Wow. Actually, Trevor Grossenbacher 5/10 slower than Trevor Service last time. Service running a 12.8, Grossenbacher a 13.2.
That battle between Pike and Weaver just won't quit. Unfortunately, Pike not able to make the pass. Tries the high side now through turns 3 and 4. Gets it right up and around the cushion. May have gained him just a little bit of ground from the visual aspect. I'll have to glance down at the scoring system. 2.5 car lengths separate the 4W of Weaver and the 25X of Pike.
Trevor Service has led them all, and he's pulling away, continuing to put down some blistering lap times. White flag is out. Final time. Service starting to reel in some lap traffic. Won't have to deal with it for very long. Once again, final time through turns 3 and 4, and out of turn number 4, picking up the win in heat race number 5. Trevor Service is on to the A. Trevor Grossenbacher finishes in 2nd. Brandon Horton in 3rd. Casey Weaver in 4th, and Gunnar Pike in 5th. So one more time from Olivia, Minnesota, in a Triple X chassis and a Myers Racing engine, sponsored by Bodie Collision and Glass, K&R Towing, Myers Race Engines, Gunderson Racing Incorporated, B&L Bar, Haas Contracting, Clark's Custom Coatings, and Westfall Trucking. It is the 24 of Trevor Service.
That's going to bring us up to heat race number 6 on the night. 6 of 14, and on the front row of this one to the inside, the driver's out of Lincoln in the 91 machine. They call him the Bull. That's Adam Gullion. And to his outside out of Vidor, Texas in the 24T, that's Tyler Harris.
Row number 2 to the inside from Seneca, Pennsylvania, the 4J, that's Jake Jamola. To his outside from Arvada, Colorado, the 74B of Jake Bubak.
To the inside of row 3, the driver's out of Big Lake, Minnesota in the 24R, that's Rob Rawson. To his outside out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota in the 4G, it's Clint Garner.
Your final row out of Lincoln is the 4U of Dwight Carter. To his outside from Coal City, Indiana, the 96 of Cole Parker. And PJ Pedersen is down in Stumpy Custom Creations winner's circle with our heat race number 5 winner.
Yeah, down here, winner, heat number 5, Trevor Service. And Trevor, one step closer to putting it into the big dance tomorrow night.
Yeah, if we can just lock it in from here in the feature, it'll make today a lot easier. And there's going to be a lot of laps on the track today, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
All right, congratulations. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Once again, heat 5 winner, Trevor Service.
Heat race number 6, all set to go. Keeping an eye on that front row. It's going to be a fun one to watch these opening laps. James, it's been a lot of get what you can early and while you can, before the field kind of gets spread out a little bit. We'll probably send some pack trucks out after this next one or maybe the following heat race to kind of keep working on this track and push things a little bit higher.
And something else to remember about RaceSaver Nationals, if you draw bad in the Friday portion, then that inverts for Saturday.
Yeah.
So you do get a chance, again, if you don't make it into the Friday night show, you can try again on Saturday night. Of course, both Friday and Saturday are 1 day, 2 day.
Yep.
I hope that was clear as mud.
It was. As has been most of this weekend, everything is clear as mud.
Totally different subject. Noticed, I hadn't even noticed that Clint Garner was here. Clint Garner's kind of a sprint car legend from around the area. Man, I got the chance to have a couple beers and talk with that dude last year. What a fun guy.
I don't think I've gotten that opportunity, so I might have to try that out. But here we go. Heat race number 5 is underway. Green flag is down. Good start for Adam Gullion down into turn number 1. He's going to get a lot of pressure from Jake Jamola to the inside. Jake Bubak up to second already. The 74B is on the move.
We were talking about how starting on the front was kind of helpful early in the heat races. As we near the halfway point of heat race competition for Friday night, we're really starting to see this track work around as your battle is shaping up and on for the third spot. Top two cars will remain unchanged. Adam Gulley and Jake Bubak, Jacob Gamola and Tyler Harris, your top four cars.
In fifth is the driver that James was speaking of, Clint Garner. Looks like Dwight Carter is going to pull off the racetrack. His heat race is done. Dwight Carter just coming out to competition during the RaceSaver Nationals for the first time in 2025. Adam Golian doing a good job holding off your three-time and defending RaceSaver Nationals champion, Jake Bubak, the 74B. 5 laps left to go for the Bull.
Battle for third and fourth kind of fizzled out a bit. Hopefully they can reel that in over these next few laps. It was Jacob Gamola and Tyler Harris going at it. Gamola hanging on to the spot in the Ford J machine. Adam Golian halfway back to Lincoln in this one as he rolls off turn 4 this time past the stripe. Going to bring him down 3 laps, 1 mile to go.
Adam Golian finally picked up a feature win last Saturday night in championship night at America's Home Track. He's been fast the last couple of weeks, just hadn't been able to put it together and picked up the feature win. He is rocking tonight. White flag is out, final time for the Bull. Adam Golian, Jake Bubak, Jake Jamola, Tyler Harris, and Clint Garner, your top 5.
Jake Bubak has actually been the faster car in this one by just a bit, but picking up the win, it's going to be the Lincoln, Nebraska runner in the 91 machine. The Maxim chassis with a Tornado Racing engine, sponsored by Midwest Petroleum Equipment, Midwest Contracting Solutions, and Precise Roofing in the 91. It's the Bull, Adam Golian.
So one more time. Jake Bubak bringing it home in second. Jake Jamola in third. Tyler Harris in fourth. Clint Garner in fifth. Rob Rawson in sixth. Cole Parker in seventh. And your final car on the racetrack, actually was off the racetrack, was the 4U of Dwight Carter. Heat race number 7. We're halfway through heat race action already. About ready to roll out onto the racetrack. Here's how we're going to line them up. Inside row number 1 out of Raymond, Nebraska, it's the 03 of Chris Helgett. To his outside from Fort Worth, Texas, the 74 of DJ Estes.
Starting on the inside of row number 2, the driver hails out of Fort Calhoun in the 77X. It's the world's fastest trash hauler, John Klabunde. And to his outside out of Waxahachie, Texas, in the 25, it's Chase Brewer.
Row number 3 to the inside out of Omaha, it's the 4WW of Nate Weiler. To his outside out of Seaganville, Texas, the 11JX of Colby Stubblefield. And your final starter from Madison, South Dakota, the 23V of McCaleb Volts. He's all smiles holding up the 2025 heat race winner banner, and he's talking with PJ Pedersen.
You know, we talked last week in Victory Lane about these last couple of wins and the momentum that gave you. You're putting it to work early.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's all because of my crew and my fans and my sponsors. The support system that I have around me is unbelievable, and I'm just a lucky guy that gets to stand on the gas and have the fun. Man, I love this place. The fans are awesome, the atmosphere is amazing, and here we are again winning the heat race, and now we'll make sure we capitalize on it and finish top 9.
All right, we'll see you later tonight in the feature.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right, Heat 6 winner, the Bull, Adam Golian.
Let me just tell you, all the fans out there on Facebook, Vantage Racing TV, in the grandstands, they're just glad we have mic off buttons We were belting out this song. Speaking of belting out, green flag is out. Heat race number 7.
Great side-by-side start, 3 rows deep, off the exit of turn 2. Helget's going to be shuffled back to the second spot. He's going to have to answer the challenge coming from the 25 of Chase Brewer and bringing it down to lead lap number 1.
Estes is going to lead lap number 1. He'll take lap number 2 with Chase Brewer in second. Colby Stubblefield in third. And John Clemundi in fourth.
DJ Estes keeps it all out front. Chase Brewer trying to reel him in. Great start from the 25 machine of Brewer as he tries to charge towards the front of the field. The racetrack beginning to get wider here through turns 3 and 4 as we progress through the heat races nearly halfway home. The 25 is closing in on your race leader. But the fastest lap of that one is going to be Colby Stubblefield with a 13.728 thus far.
5 laps left to go. Race number 7 of 14 for your RaceSaver Nationals. No change throughout the field. Caleb Bolt's having a little bit of a slip of the grip on the exit of turn number 2. All the while, back to the front. 3 laps now, 2.5 laps left to go for the 74 of DJ Estes.
I tell you what, the Estes name is something that's been known at Eagle Raceway since the inception of the RaceSaver Nationals. These guys roll in a pack from the great state of Texas as DJ is going to be the first Estes of the weekend to take him down. 1 lap to go, final trip around for DJ Estes.
Through turns 3 and 4, nice and smooth on the rim. Now to turn number 4, picking up the heat race win, the 74 of DJ Estes gets it done. Followed by the 25 of Chase Brewer, the 11 JX of Colby Stubblefield, the 77X of John Clemundi is 4th, and Whitewall Nate Weiler brings it home in 5th. So one more time, he's coming out of Fort Worth, Texas in a XXX chassis and a Bishop Racing component engine, sponsored by Skyview Corp, Estes Family Racing, Davis Drug and Alcohol Testing, and the Rutherford team. It is the 74 of DJ Estes. Moving on to heat race number 8. Inside row number 1, out of Lincoln, it's the 2A of Alex Salzman. To his outside, also out of Lincoln, it's the 5, Superman Stu Snyder.
And on the inside of row number 2, the driver's out of Holden Beach, North Carolina in the 01 machine. That is Jaden Bowling. And to the outside, the driver's out of Bennett in the 11 machine. That is none other than Rock and Roll Billy Alley.
Row number 3 to the inside, your brand new Eagle Raceway track record holder from Albany, Missouri. It is the 20D of Jacob Dye. To his outside from Harrisburg, South Dakota, the 6B of Bailey Ballinger. Alex Davenport's going to round out the field outside at row number 4 out of Lincoln, Nebraska in the 25A. Let's send it down. Yeah.
Right before we do, I think we should give a shout out to the guy in that 20D machine. Jacob Dye, current track record holder, set it earlier in the season at a 12.171.
Well, PJ's got DJ Estes picking up heat race win number 7.
Yep, and another Texan that we'll see in the feature tonight, DJ Estes. And what did you see out there for the track?
It's definitely racy as far as getting further up for the later in the night. I think we'll be good to go for good features.
All right, DJ Estes, heat race number 7 winner. Guys, we'll send it back up to you.
Thank you very much, PJ and DJ.
And looks like we're going to go green.
They're about to go green.
So we've got a report from our man in the pitch, Cody Zeeb. If we get a break in the action, we will go to him. green flag is out. Good start for Alex Salzman and Stu Snyder.
Alex Salzman picked up his first career feature win here earlier in the year. He's going to be shuffled back to the third spot as Superman Stu Snyder takes the top spot, coming down around the bottom side. It's the 11 of Rock and Roll Billy Alley. Whoa, tight quarters racing there. The 01 machine working towards the front. Jaden Bowling in the 01.
Stu Snyder and Billy Alley. Billy Alley picked up a feature win a couple of weeks ago at America's home track. Very popular win with the home crowd. Stu Snyder has yet to find victory lane in the 2025 season for the RaceSaver sprint car. Out of turn number 4, lap number 2 will go to Stu Snyder. Billy Alley trying to reel him in.
Alley was absolutely ripping the catfish lane there at the beginning of this one. Moved up the racetrack a bit, lost a little bit of ground. There's that patch right through the middle. Kind of makes it impassable to try those bottoms or try to swing those lanes in slide job formation. This time through 1 and 2. Alley right above the cushion line. Snyder putting that right rear right underneath the crumble lane. As laps are winding down in this one, Rock and Roll Billy Alley closing in on your race leader, but will there be enough time to do so? And here comes the 01 machine. That's Jaden Bowling closing in on your second place runner, Billy Alley.
4 laps left to go for the Lincoln, Nebraska native Stu Snyder, longtime sprint car veteran. Raced just about anything with a wing and without a wing in the sprint car division in his career. His son Cruz kind of starting to take up the reins of being the lead horse in that stable. But Dad Stu, not done yet, leading with 2 laps left to go in heat race number 8.
Snyder now to turn 3. Bringing him off turn number 4. Going to be 1 lap to go for Stu Snyder, Billy Alley, Jaden Bowling, and Alex Salzman, your top 4.
Through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. He's picking up the checkered flag in just enough time. Billy Alley really starting to reel in Stu Snyder, but Stu Snyder gets the win. Billy Alley in second. Jaden Bowling in third. Alex Salzman in fourth, and Jacob Dye rounds out your top 5. But one more time, he's coming out of Lincoln, Nebraska. He's in a JR1 chassis and a Speedway Motors racing engine. Sponsored by KRL Motorsports, Stephenson Truck and RV Repair, Mr. Yards and More, Hosby Power, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, BR Motorsports, KED Trucking, Taylor Computers and Repair, and Simpson Racing Products. It is the 5, Superman Stu Snyder.
That's going to bring us up to heat race number 9 on the inside of row number 1. From North Richland Hills, Texas, in the 20 machine, that's Chad Wilson. To his outside, out of San Antonio, Texas, it's the 1-0. That's Michael Oliver.
Row number 2 from Liberal, Kansas, to the inside, the 11JJ, that's Taylor Velasquez. To his outside, out of Vidor, Texas, it's the 2-1T6 of Jacob Harris.
To the inside of row number 3. From Oak Point, Texas, in the 3 machine, that's Charlie Harmon III. And to his outside out of Unionville, Indiana, in the 14S, it's Ethan Barrow.
Tyke Jensen will make up your final row. Before we send it down to PJ, let's have a conversation with our man in the pits, Cody Zeeb. You've got a report on the 14L.
Yeah, guys, a lot of smoke out of that 14L car in that second heat race. Just a blown valve cover for them, so nice, easy fix. Already got it up and ready to go, and they'll be in the feature later.
That is great to hear. Big thanks to the Zebra in the pits with getting all the information. And let's send it down to PJ with our heat race number 8 winner.
Heat race number 8 winner, Superman Stu Snyder. And Stu, I know this is a very important race for you. It's got to feel good to punch into tonight's A main right off the bat.
Yeah, it does. You know, we got lucky on a decent peel draw, and we drew bad for Saturday night's portion of tonight's event, so we knew coming into the heat race there, we've got to win this deal. It's been a trying year. We actually, thanks to Chris Helgett, Shaley Bade, we put this car together on Sunday, borrowed a frame, put all of our stuff on it. My crew busted their butts all week. Roger, Allie, my wife, Bots, Shoe, Gravy. I mean, it's a whole team effort, and hopefully we get this thing rolling in the A main.
All right, back up to you guys.
That one might be coming back. Pretty ugly start. Maybe not. We're staying green. Out of turn number 4, Chad Wilson will lead lap number 1 over Taylor Velasquez.
Velasquez with a good set of corners there in the 11 JJ. Not quite enough to pull to the rear bumper. Chad Wilson, your race leader, was in our Race Jugs qualifying heat races for the Race of Champions out here last night. That Race Jugs Race of Champions.
Slide job, Ethan Barrow taking over the second spot. Sorry, third spot.
No, that was a great catch down to the bottom. That battle's not going to quit. Slider, crossover, back down to the stripe. Barrow's going to have the spot.
Barrow dives up to enter the corner. He's going to rip the lip, and he'll have the spot. Harris is going to fall back, and he's under fire by Jensen. Jensen's going to try to take spot away, and you've got a battle for the race lead. Taylor Velasquez took a look to the outside of Chad Wilson, not able to close the gap. 5.5 laps left to go. Wilson's going to continue to lead.
We were talking about that battle for third and fourth as Velasquez just kind of came on out of nowhere, pulled up to Chad Wilson's rear bumper, and it became slide job city real quick. We've been talking about it these last few heat races. Track really starting to progress. Lap time starting to reel up as Chad Wilson's going to take the field back down to the stripe.
Oh, Ethan Barrow a little too high. Exit at turn number 4. He's going to lose some ground. Started to see a very racy surface for a little bit, but now the field is starting to get spread out again. Out of turn number 4, Chad Wilson getting the signal with 4 laps left to go. Taylor Velasquez in second, Ethan Barrow in third, Jake Jensen in fourth, and Jacob Harris rounds out your top 5.
And Ty Jensen, a quality run from the outhouse starting position, working his way up into the 4th spot. Chad Wilson, impressive run so far. From the drop of the green flag, Velasquez looked to the outside that one time, but if he wants to make a move, he's going to have to gain some wings and start flying because the white flag is out.
White flag, final time down the backstretch and into turns 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, picking up the win for heat race number 9. It is Chad Wilson. Taylor Velasquez will bring it home in second. Ethan Barrow in third. Ty Jensen in fourth, and Jacob Harris rounds out your top 5, excuse me. So one more time from North Richland Hills, Texas, in a Maxim chassis and an Allard Racing engine, sponsored by Rafter P Construction, Allard Racing Engines, Best Deal Service, Affordable Fencing, Speedway Shocks, Abilene Powder Coating, and More Speed Racing. It is the 20 of Chad Wilson getting the win. Heat race at number 10, inside row number 1. He's ran weekly here for the last couple of weeks, coming here from Lakefield, Minnesota in the 9A. That's Hunter Hansen. To his outside from Circle Pines, Minnesota, the 34, Double D of Brady Donahue.
On the inside of row number 2, out of Everett, Pennsylvania, in the 5W machine, that's Colby Weaver. And to his outside from Fort Worth, Texas, in the 7P, that's Dylan Ramey.
Row number 3 to the inside from Denton, Nebraska, it's the 8B of Caden Thurman. To his outside from Hartsford, South Dakota, it's the X machine of Dylan Waxdahl. And rounding out the field from Harrisburg, South Dakota, the 2D of Dusty Ballinger. He was in a hell of a hurry to get to victory lane, but he has slowed his pace with getting out of this race car. The 20 of Chad Wilson has climbed out, and he's going to have a conversation with PJ Pedersen.
Boy, I tell you guys, the Texans came to play this year. Chad Wilson, heat race winner number 9, and it's got to feel good to know that you and a lot of your fellow Texans are doing so well early on in the RaceSaver Nationals.
Yeah, you know, those guys, we've always been fast, and we just try to come put on a good show. And, man, we can't thank Roger and all you guys that helped put this on. It's awesome. Roger works his butt off and gives us everything he can, and we just try to come and put on a good show for you people and the fans. And it's super awesome to come here once a year. I love this place, and it's just awesome.
All right, well, we'll see you later on in the feature.
Thank you, sir. Y'all have a good day.
All right, Chad Wilson, heat number 9 winner.
Always a bit of a contender, the 20 of Chad Wilson. Seems like every year we say his name very frequently as he is battling for heat race wins and transfer spots in contention. Fans, if you're looking for koozies, stickers, and oh so much more, make sure you head down to the My Race Pass app, My Race Pass tents, next to the Kona Ice trailer, and say hi to Chris Krug.
Hi, Chris Krug.
Finally in a good mood. His team is undefeated for the first time in I don't know how many years.
Anyways, green flag flying. Hunter Hansen and Brady Donahue going to take the field down to turn 1. Donahue with the advantage as we roll through turns 1 and 2. 34 Double D takes the top spot away. Battle getting hot and heavy. Dylan Ramey look to the outside. Crossover move from Ramey coming back down to the stripe. Dead heat drag race. Here we go. Dylan Ramey now. Slider up to the second spot.
Good job, Dylan. Ramey's going to take over the second spot. Hansen's going to try to pay him back. Slide job coming, not going to be there. Ramey will fight it off. Hansen in third. Waxstall now is going to take a look to the inside. Here comes the slide job from Waxstall. Crossover move by Hansen. He's got the third spot back.
Oh, man, these heat races have really arrived. Out front, it's all Brady Donahue. Second to Dylan Ramey, but the battle for third and fourth continues to rage as we roll through 1 and 2. Again, slider from Waxstall. Crossover from Hansen down the back straightaway. Hansen to the low side. He's going to go for the slider line. Second first, same as the first. Waxstall to the inside. That time past the stripe. Waxstall holds the advantage.
Colby Weaver has thrown his hat in the ring. Waxstall, another slide job completed. 5 laps left to go for the 34 Double D of Brady Donahue. Hansen and Waxstall continuing to go at it. Weaver's going to try his hat in the third car.
Look at Colby Weaver working down to the bottom side, reeling in those competitors. They have gone slide job for the last 4 laps. It's getting tight over here. Hunter Hansen now back to the advantage in the third spot.
How many more times can we do this before somebody loses their patience? We might have just got our answer. No, good run down the back stretch for Waxstall. He's going to pull another slide job. Up the racetrack he goes. Crossover move by Hansen at the line. Waxstall holds on.
How about Charlie Harmon, the third and the 3 machine now?
There we go.
That got tight.
Waxstall he was gonna continue to rip the high side, but Hansen took it away. Now Hansen crosses it back over. Can we add another 5 laps to this?
I hope so. Man, but look at who's coming behind him.
White flag is out. Final time for Brady Donahue down the backstretch.
Nearly into lap trap.
Oh, man! Wow! You missed it. Another huge slide job by Charlie Harmon. And all the while, Brady Donahue's going to get the win. Dylan Ramey will bring it home in second. Hunter Hansen in third. Dylan Waxstall in fourth. Charlie Hammond in third. Eagle Raceway. Are you not entertained?
Dude, how about that? We were talking about the battle for third and fourth for 4 laps. The checkered flag had flown. The checkered flag had flown by an entire lap for Brady Donahue before those third and fourth place cars got around.